How are you, Henry? You all right, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. And just got us in a title race. That's what some of our fans are saying.
Spurs are, mate. Listen, you guys look nice. Some of the things I've seen from Spurs fans, even on our show, little Dan, and we had Jacob from the States. The big claims from them where you've got the second best midfield in the league, and Maddison is already signing of the season. Where some signings haven't even kicked a ball yet, and I'm like, these Spurs fans are gassed.
Yeah, I don't know about second best midfield in the league. The midfield is good though, the way it's playing, but it's not the second best midfield. Arsenal probably still Kai Havertz. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's not the second best. But where we're playing, mate, it's like all these fans said, oh, these players are useless. If Conte can't get the juice out of the squeeze, we haven't changed a massive amount. Postecoglou sprinkled a bit of fairy dust, and all of a sudden we're playing it out from the back. Like Van der Ven's basically a carbon copy of Jan Vertonghen, right? This is a Basuma that could even get in Conte's side. So he hasn't changed a massive amount. Udogie was already at the club. He just went out on loan, and he's 7 points from our first 9. Probably should have beat Brentford. Most teams would take that, playing United, Bournemouth away, and Brentford away.
Yeah. I think your start's been excellent, and I think that there's green shoots of hope. You can see the progression. You can see how the manager wants to play. I do feel there's a little bit of Spurs are one of these weird clubs where the media just. The way I heard the commentators talking during your game on Saturday, early Saturday afternoon, it was like, oh my God, the transformation has been like amazing. And it has been, but no more so than I see with a lot of clubs that get new managers. But it gets talked up a lot with Tottenham fans. I think we've got our Tottenham back. I understand it. But you know what's coming when you start singing that. The club starts cutting corners. And that brings us into our first transfer story of the day. Harry Kane out. Brennan Johnson in for 50 million. And for me, I'm going to say this bluntly, that's not your Tottenham back. That is your Tottenham back. Cutting corners, spending too much money on another very average attacker, just like Richarlison. I mean, what is your take on this deal? Chelsea are in for him as well. That got played down by Fabrizio, but Chelsea's, there's a story this morning saying Chelsea are willing to spend up to 40 million on him. But the reports are you, man, are willing to spend 50 million pounds. That's crazy to me.
Mate, it's ridiculous. That'd be 110 million on Richarlison and Brennan Johnson. 50 million pounds. Yeah, he's 22 years of age, Welsh international. He's an okay player, but his best strength's through the middle. And the club have said, Ali Gold has said, we want a wide man, which tells me Brennan Johnson's going to be played out on that right. Son's not obviously going to get dropped, is he? Captain of the football club. And then you've got backup for him, you've got Perisic, and backup for Perisic, you've got Brian Hill. On the right, you've got Kulusevski and Solomon, and Richarlison's going to continue to play. So where's Brennan Johnson? We're not in 3 or 4. We're not in 4 competitions this season. We want to get the squad down to 17 or 18 players that we're continuously using, rotating. But Brennan Johnson for 50 million, he's probably in this market a 20 million pound player. No one should be paying any more than for 20 million. I mean, what's he done last year? I think he got 8 goals and 3 assists for Nottingham Forest. And we're apparently, Postecoglou, according to Romano's given the green light. It's another buzzword that we use nowadays. Mate, it's ridiculous. 50 million for Brennan Johnson. I'll be absolutely fuming. You've got Gift Orban at Ghent, 45 goals in 50 games. An absolute monster with a release clause of 26 million pounds. And we're about to go do more than double that when you include the add-ons. I think they're saying 56 million with add-ons. Ridiculous. What are the add-ons going to be if he scores a goal?
Mate, it's an interesting one. I mean, I've seen this is what's interesting. All fan bases do this, so this is not unique to Tottenham. But I've kind of seen the rhetoric already of a list of stuff. I saw a tweet. I should have bookmarked it really, but it was a list of things that Spurs fans didn't like from the beginning of Postecoglou's reign, including employing him, certain signings, certain sales, and how everyone's been wrong so far. So therefore, I trust the deal for Johnson 100%. The manager knows what he's doing. The manager's cooking. I saw something that James Maddison said. By the way, Maddison started brilliantly, where he said this whole thing about if you're going to play for Postecoglou, everything's non-negotiable. And I'm just starting to see the buzzwords and the PR words.
Oh, of course.
that Spurs fans and Man United fans have ridiculed their clubs for using over the last few years. Sorry, have ridiculed Arsenal for using, and now they're using the same thing. And I think, look, this is where I actually tweeted someone this morning that I said that we'll get onto Man United later, but there's talk that Man United might not go for Amrabat now. And I said, we're finished if we don't do this. And this guy said, Terry, you can't say that. You were praising the ball not long ago. And I'm like, listen, bro, I've got a brain. I'm not simple of mind. When the ball do something good, I will praise it and I'll encourage more of that type of practice. But when they do poorly, I'll criticize it. The world's just too polarized now for me. People are far too polarized. It's, well, we've started well. I fall in love with the manager. Therefore, I'm not going to challenge anything the club does. But that's how your club has got away with cutting corners for all your managers in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And you are where you are in the general pyramid of the game. So I just sort of sit there and think you can be happy with the start of the season, but demand better than Brennan Johnson. I don't understand why football fans can't do that in 2023.
You wait till you see the buzzwords. It won't be a process. It will be project. You watch. I guarantee you, we've got Fulham tomorrow in the second round of the Cup. I think we will beat them. And then we've got winnable games against Burnley away and Sheffield United at home. Let's say, hypothetically, we win our next 3 games. We go into the North London derby with 5 wins out of our first 6. We will be, I mean, you've got Robbie Williams singing I'm Loving Big Ange instead. The PR at the football club at the moment, we're going to be what Arsenal were like. Right, we've got a manager that's not going to go against the board. He's happy to work with a string budget. He's happy to work with certain players and play his style. Right, you watch. Give it 3 or 4 weeks' time. It'll be trust the project. Trust the project. We've got Big Ange. We've got Big Ange, and that's fine. But unless we give him the tools to do the job, unless we give him the best possible chance of being successful, what is the end outcome? Because when is it where we bring in Brennan Johnson and these scrubs? And then Big Ange says, "Oh, I need more than this." Well, what do the boards say? Well, hang on, you've achieved with this, so we're going to carry on giving you this. We did it under Pochettino. We had a fantastic 11. The minute he wanted to bring in extra resources to boost that bench, Levy was like, no chance. And then we brought in the stadium, so that was the cover up for not buying any players. 587 days without signing, and it went downhill and downhill. I mean, our window's been okay. When you look at the outgoings, Terry, all we've done is sell Harry Winks. Well, that's all we've done. And we have got probably 15 players that should be leaving.
No, and I understand. And this is the thing for me. I almost look at it through the lens that this is, and this is the world we live in now. As I say, there's very simple minds out there. I praise you for winning those games, but I still think Spurs fans should have their foot on the neck of their owners, metaphorically, not for real. And there should still be big pressure for new players to come in. You can I'm like this at Man United. I've enjoyed our progression under Ten Hag. I'll criticize his mistakes. I'll praise good signings that him and the board make, but I'll also criticize the mistakes they make. It seems to, and I don't know whether it's people in general or the younger generation, but it seems to freak people out when you hang on. Yesterday, Terry, you said that was a great bit of business, £40 million for one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Now today, you're saying the ball's done a terrible job in this area. Yes, it is plausible. Like, I've had proper jobs. I've sat down in appraisals with my boss and he's gone, these 3 things, Terry, have been impeccable. These 2 areas have been absolutely woeful. This has been okay. This is what I want you to continue doing. This is what I want you to improve on. That's how life is. Sometimes you're great. Everything's perfect and you're brilliant. You look at City right now, nearly everything is impeccable. But you can criticize something you love. No, I don't know how these people are ever going to be parents, because it's literally your job to criticize and nurture the people in the world you love more than anything else. And you have to do it with tough love. And I think that's my issue. With not my issue with Spurs fans. You guys can do what you want. But just as an observation, I almost see this, we made the signing of the season so far. Best midfield. We've got this, we've got that. There's going to be no more problems. And I'm like, listen, you look good. But I've seen you look good at the beginning of seasons under a number of managers. I've seen you have teams.
We were top of the league under Nuno.
You were top of the league under Nuno. You were top of the league under Jose in a title race, and you had your best ever Premier League start last year, ever, to a Premier League season.
What's the common denominator in all 3 of those seasons?
Leaving.
It went to pot.
Well, it went to pot, but because I don't think any manager got back the way they should have been, and I just look at it this way: the new coach is doing a brilliant job so far, and I think he should be praised. But it's just the whole, we've got our club back. I saw that smile on Levy's face, and he went, "Oh, I've got them again. They're going to be renewing. They'll all renew this. They'll buy the new merch. They'll give us their money. They'll come to the next Beyonce concert. They'll be go-karting on Sunday. They'll be go-karting underground on Sunday. All the money's going to be coming in, and Levy and Enoch are saying, yes, we've got our Tottenham back as well."
Did you see the 7,000 United fans that stayed in an hour after for the Glazer protest?
Yeah.
Right? We would never do anything like that at Tottenham. Do you know why? Because Levy, and I get pelted for this, Levy has changed the culture of the fan base. Do you know you can't get into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Terry, now in a tracksuit?
No way.
Honestly,
no.
There was a video floating around back in May of someone just a Nike tracksuit and a man bag, or a bag, whatever you want to call it, a little like
bag. Yeah. Handbags.
You know what I'm talking about? The little.
I know what I've seen those handbags that men wear. Them, yeah, the Nike ones and that. Yeah.
He went in. He got up to the gate, and they said, "Sorry, mate, you can't come in." And he's like, he got his phone out, showed you got your phone on the ticket on the phone now. He was like, "We can't let you in, mate." Levy's changed the culture. We've got the world's longest bar, the world's longest hot dogs. You've got Beyonce there for 5 days in a row. You've got go-karting. He's changed the entire culture. Now, if you look at Man United, that fan base is real. They stormed the pitch when they were going to play Liverpool. 7,000, right? 10% of the stadium stand behind to protest against the ownership for over an hour, right? When you look at us,
Levy shut his internet down.
It is.
Levy has kicked it. So you froze there, mate. Levy stopped your internet. Sorry.
Oh, so I was going to say, Levy. Levy's got hold of BT and he's all over my internet. But genuinely, he's changed the culture, mate. You can't it's not like it used to be. You can't stand up at games now if you're swearing too much, right? Say we're getting absolutely pelted by Newcastle again. Fans have got every right as a paying customer. Can't react emotionally.
Yeah, no, mate, I 100% hear you on that. I think knowing that you can't get in a tracksuit is mad to me. Sounds that having a dress code to get into the stadium is crazy. But the thing is, this is how you know when a fan base is tapped. When people start making, oh no, but I get it because they want this and they want that. What they actually want is they are trying to, and this is what football clubs have been doing for a long time. They want to appeal more to the middle classes and the wealthier people because everything's really expensive. They are afraid that's the one element of the game where I defend all football clubs. It's why I go at a lot of owners. I think most of our clubs would be happy to phase out the working class masses that built the clubs and have made football what it is for the wealthier middle class and above. Because they make more money out of them at the end of the day. They'll spend more money. They've got more money, and that's what they want essentially. Josh here, hope you're doing well, bro. Says Ange wants Brennan. I'm willing to give it a try. We need HG players, homegrown players. Solomon is a left winger, not right winger. It would be Perry and Solomon left, Son centre forward, Cully and Johnson right wing. I believe we also get Oban if we shift a few.
Matt, listen, so he said Solomon is a left wing. Son's going to play left wing in his formation. And Perisic is his backup. Every time Solomon's played under Postecoglou, it's been on the right. So he's going to be the right wing alongside Kulusevski, right? And then he said it would be Solomon left wing. When Richarlison went off against Bournemouth, we were better when Son was down the middle. But if we get Brennan Johnson, apparently he's going to be played as a wide player. I can't see him at the moment unless Richarlison gets worse and worse and worse, which I don't actually know is possible at the moment, where Brennan Johnson's going to play. And then he said if we get Orban has got, look at his goal record, 44 goals or 45 goals in 50 games. And people say, oh, but it's in the Belgium League. He's still got 6 goals and 6 in the Conference League. And he scored in the Europa League qualifiers the other night. So just go and get this guy. Or what we do is we get straight on the phone to Brentford, say, what do you want for Tony? There's 50 million. As soon as it comes to January the 17th, he becomes a top player.
Yeah, listen, again, I'm not against people saying I'm gonna trust Ange and give Brendan a chance. I think that's a fair way to feel.
50 million, Terry. That's
no. I get it. I don't think it's a good deal, but I understand people's train of thought when they say I trust this manager. I'm going to give it a go. Let's see how this sort of this kind of plays out. But I still think keep the foot on the neck of these owners who have let you all down consistently for pretty much 20 20 years.